So we asked you guys, you read any good books lately? And you responded. We would like to share some of your recommendations and some of ours as well. So let's get to it.
Alright, Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez.
You might think this is actually a 200-page ransom note. It is not. It's a basic financial management book, but it made me realize that money is really about time. Like, I don't really care that much about money. What I care about is what time it will afford me to do the things I care about. And you know, do I care more about a new car? I've never had a new car in my life, but a new car or being able to just take a week off every couple months.
Alan Lastufka recommended Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey.
There's some religious themes in it, so if that's not your thing, you can just kind of look over it because it really is an amazing book. I know Shay Carl actually used that to get out of debt because he was in a lot of debt.
The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle.
That book is great because it is about the neurological process of acquiring a new skill. Malcolm Gladwell famously talked about the 10,000 hour rule, and this guy...
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yes, he talked about it like 2 years before Malcolm Gladwell. That book encouraged me to practice my writing in a very deliberate way that I think led to me being able to do it for a living.
College Cooking by Meg and Jill Carl. My sister gave me this book and it's helped me. I'm not in college, she gave it to me for graduate school, but I don't know how to cook anything. And this gives you step by step. It doesn't just give you a recipe, it tells you how to do the things. Like sometimes it'll be like, you know, mince this stuff. And I'm like, what does that mean? But this is very detailed and it walks you through stuff in a very good fashion. Feeling Good by David D. Burns.
If you have depression, and I have had depression in my life, there are two main things that science seems to consistently suggest work. One is medication, and two is cognitive behavioral therapy. They work particularly well when they're both used together. And this was the book that really popularized cognitive behavioral therapy. I think it's a wonderful introduction.
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey.
That one is a classic. I think it has a lot of really wonderful principles to apply in all different areas of life. Tumblr user Isfinity on High recommended the teens edition of this book, which I have also read. After I was a teen, I was getting it for a teenager. Don't think they ever read it. I did though. So, thumbs ups.
Frog and Toad Together by Arnold Lobel.
Some things, as you get older, they just get like more and more poignant.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was just like, there's a story where Toad is getting smaller and smaller because Frog keeps bragging about himself. And at the time I was like, that's weird, that's some kind of weird magic power he stumbled upon. But now I'm like, oh, no, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
They're like surprisingly resonant.
And finally, Two Sigmas Beyond recommends a first aid manual.
Like a specific one or just any first aid manual?
I think any and all of them.
I endorse that.
Good. Good. Alright, those are our book recommendations. Please let us know in the comments if you have any others. We would love to hear from you. And as always, thank you for watching.
I just wanted to recommend some recreational reading for which we are completely disinterested third-party people. I wanted to recommend T. Michael Martin's The End Games, a YA zombie thriller that I very much enjoyed. Yeah.
I don't really know anything about that book, but I do know John Green called it his favorite book in People magazine.
Really?
He did, but I don't know anything else. I would also like to recommend First and Down by Emma Mills. It exists in this form at the moment. Coming to bookstores spring 2015?
Fall 2015.
Fall 2015,
yes.
All right.
From Henry Holt Children's. Personally, I mean, this version costs a lot.
I imagine
Yes.
so.